Want to stop fearing the future? The ancient Romans knew how. Heart pounding before a big meeting, that lump in your throat from an uncertain tomorrow, thoughts racing, painting the darkest scenarios, keeping you up at night. Sound familiar? That's anxiety. That invisible noose tightening inside, poisoning the joy of the moment, paralyzing your will. It feels like you're alone in this fight, like the world is chaos, ready to swallow you whole. But what if I told you that 2,000 years ago, people faced these very same demons, and not just anyone? Emperors, philosophers, warriors. One of them, Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor, a general, and a philosopher, left us not just a diary, but a genuine guide to finding inner peace amidst the storm. This is Stoicism, and no, it's not about being emotionless with a stone face. Antidote about mental fortitude, clarity of mind, and becoming the master of your anxiety, not its slave today. When Dichotomy, not diving into dusty old books. We're taking 3 incredibly powerful, practical exercises straight from Marcus Aurelius' Antidote toolkit that can help you, starting today, to lower your anxiety and reclaim control over your life, ready to turn anxiety from an enemy into, well, if not a friend, at least a manageable acquaintance. Then let Antidote begin. Before we jump into the exercises, let's grasp, in just a few words, why Stoicism is such a potent antidote to anxiety. At its core are a few simple, yet profoundly deep ideas. The first, and perhaps most crucial, is the dichotomy of control. Sounds academic, but Antidote, beautifully simple. There are things we can control and things we cannot. Our thoughts, our reactions, our actions, our values, these are within our domain. The weather, the economy, other Premeditation opinions of us, the past, the future, these are outside our direct control. The anxiety, the Stoics believed, often erupts precisely when we desperately try to control the uncontrollable, or worrying incessantly about things we can and opposed influence. Does that ring a bell? That's why our first exercise from Marcus Aurelius targets exactly this. Exercise 1. The circles of control, or divide and conquer your mind, feeling overwhelmed, like you on Dichotomy, trying to juggle too many worries at once, not knowing what to tackle first. This first exercise is about to give you back the steering wheel. Step 1. Grab a piece of paper or open a note on your phone. Draw 2 circles. Label one within my power, and the other outside my power. Step 2. Now, honestly and unflinchingly, list all aspects of your current anxiety-inducing situation into the appropriate circle. What's outside your power? The interviewer's decision, their mood, the tricky questions they might ask, the companion's financial situation, other candidates being stronger, and what's within your power. Your preparation for the interview, how thoroughly you research the company, how you rehearse your answers, your appearance, your punctuality, your composure during the interview. Yes, that's trainable too. The effort you put in. Step 3. Look at the outside my power list. Marcus Aurelius would say, accept this as it is. Wasting energy worrying about these things is like trying to stop the rain by shouting at it, futile and exhausting. Step 4. Now, laser focus on the within my power list. This is where your strength lies. This is where all your resources, all your energy, should be directed. Not on the fear of what might happen, but on the concrete actions you can take. By doing this exercise regularly, you on Dichotomy start noticing how much energy was previously wasted. And the moment you redirect your focus to what you can control, anxiety begins to loosen its grip. You're no longer a victim of circumstance, you're an active agent in your own sphere of influence. Moving on. The second powerful Stoic idea is Premeditatio. Malorum, the premeditation of evils. Don't Antidote let the name scare you. This is an Antidote about attracting negativity. It's about clear-eyed realism and preparation. And what if I told you that by courageously looking potential troubles in the eye, you actually reduce their power over you? Marcus Aurelius, as an emperor and general, constantly faced threats, wars, betrayals, plagues. He couldn't afford to be caught off guard. Premeditatio Malorum is a mental exercise where you proactively imagine potential difficulties, setbacks, even worst-case scenarios, but not to despair. The purpose is to reduce the shock if it actually happens. You on Dichotomy already been there mentally. B. Think through how you would act in that situation. C. Realize that even the worst outcome is often not as catastrophic as our imagination paints it, and that you possess inner resources to handle it. Exercise to what if the worst happens or your plan B and C and D. Step 1. Choose one specific situation that is causing you intense anxiety, for instance, fear of public speaking. Step 2. Ask yourself, what is the absolute worst thing that could happen? Be brutally honest. Will I forget my lines? Will people laugh? Will I get fired? Will the earth open up? Spoiler, the last one is unlikely. Go to the most terrifying outcome your anxiety conjures. Step 3. Now. Ask, and then what could I survive it? Most often, the answer is yes. You want undapost die? The world want undapost end. Antidote be unpleasant, sure, but you undapost cope. Think about the resources, internal and external, you have to handle this worst scenario. Perhaps you undapost learn a lesson, become stronger, find another path. But here's the powerful truth the Stoics understood often. Our fear of an event is far worse than the event itself. This exercise proves it, time and again. Step 4. Optional but highly beneficial. Outline concrete steps you could take if that worst-case scenario did materialize. It's like having a backup parachute. You probably won't need it, but knowing it's there brings immense confidence. This exercise doesn't make you a pessimist. On the contrary, it makes you a realist, prepared for life undapas inevitable blows. As Seneca, another great Stoic, said, he who has anticipated the coming of troubles takes away their power when they arrive. Anxiety often feeds on the unknown. By shining a light on your fears, you strip them of their dominion over you. And finally, the third exercise, which permeates all of Marcus Aurelius' meditations. It's about focusing on the present moment and cultivating our virtues. Many think this is just about simple journaling, but Antidote actually a profound dialogue with the wisest part of yourself. Antidote will show you how to start it. Exercise 3. The Stoic Journal or the Evening Review. Marcus Aurelius wrote his meditations or to himself, not for publication. It was his personal tool for self-examination and self-improvement. We can adopt this powerful practice. Step 1. Every evening, dedicate 10 to 15 minutes to writing or simply mentally reviewing your day. Step 2. Ask yourself a few Stoic-inspired questions. What today was within my control, and what was not? How did I handle it? Where did I succumb to anxiety or other negative emotions? Why? How could I have responded differently? Guided by reason and virtue like courage, justice, temperance. What did I do well, in line with my principles? Acknowledge and credit yourself for this. What lessons can I draw from today to be a little better, wiser tomorrow? Step 3. Don't beat yourself up for mistakes. The goal is not self-flagellation, but learning and growth. Marcus Aurelius constantly reminded himself of his imperfections, but he did so to improve, not to despair. This practice helps you not only analyze the past, but also approach the future more consciously. You begin to better understand your anxiety triggers, your typical reactions, and, most importantly, develop more constructive ways of responding. You are training your inner citadel. So, my friends, 3 simple yet powerful exercises from Marcus Aurelius himself to help you take control of your anxiety. The circles of control focus on what undapas in your power, and let go of the rest. What if the worst happens? Mentally prepare for difficulties to diminish their power. The Stoic Journal. Reflect, learn from your experiences, and strengthen your inner core. Stoicism is not a magic pill. Antidote, a philosophy for life, a path requiring practice. But every step on this path makes you stronger, and wiser. Start applying these exercises today, and you will see how anxiety undapas iron grip begins to loosen, giving way to inner peace and confidence. Which of these exercises resonates most with you right now? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if this video brought you value, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more wisdom for your life. Remember Marcus Aurelius' words, our life is what our thoughts make it. Let's make our thoughts, and thus our lives, filled not with anxiety, but with meaning, strength, and calm. See you in the next video.